You need glasses?
Yeah, probably, but nah, I'm okay.
All right, you want to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to start out with that, Chris, I believe you are definitely an answer to prayer. I know that Hannah has prayed a lot for a good husband. I personally have prayed a lot for God to send Hannah a good husband, one who will be a strong spiritual leader of the family. And I believe that he has answered that prayer through you, Chris. And I would just say to both of you to remember that this marriage is an answer to prayer. It is part of God's plan. And as you go forward, if you will remember that and act that way, it will help a lot. And God created each one of you. He made you different. There's no doubt about that. God also created marriage, and He has a good plan for a good marriage. If you will just follow that and seek Him, that's really all you need to do. But there are a lot of books and courses, marriage retreats. I encourage you to do those things, to make an investment in your marriage. You don't have to, but it will just help to deepen the intimacy between the two of you. And you're going to have problems, but you can let them tear you apart, or you can let them build you up and be stronger for it. Your spouse should always be your best friend, but not your only friend. Keep your other best friends. It's important to do things together, yes, but it's also important that you do things apart from each other. Hannah, Chris loves you very much. And Chris, Hannah loves you very much. But there are going to be times where you don't feel that way. There's going to be something that happens where you're going to think, oh, my spouse doesn't love me. You wouldn't do that if you loved me. But when those thoughts come into your mind, just stop it. Hannah, you know what your dad always said. He said your mind will play tricks on you. And definitely your mind will play tricks on you there. So when something's going on, always, always, always give your spouse the benefit of the doubt. Go back and remember that this person loves me. This person committed their life to me. And now reevaluate whatever's going on in light of that thought. The whole rest of the world is out to get your spouse. He's going to have a boss who rides his hiney, co-workers who aggravate them, people in traffic that cut them off. Always be the person that they can come home to, who is always on their side, who is always going to be there, be the safe place, be the one who builds up and never tears down. No matter what happens, you're going to argue over different things, and that's okay. But don't ever, 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 under any circumstances, attack each other personally. Never criticize personally, never attack personally. You can't change your spouse. It's not your job to do that. And you can pray for God to change your spouse. But when you pray that prayer, don't be surprised when God comes back and shows you that actually you have something in your life that needs to be changed. And then I'll just end with, remember your purpose in life. You were made by God and you were made for God. And yes, God wants you to be happy. He wants you to be comfortable, but He's more interested in building you into His image and for His glory. He's going to use your marriage. He's going to use trials and all of your differences to accomplish that goal. And just work with Him and everything will be fine. And may the honeymoon last forever.
There you go. Well, one thing that she and I have discussed before is take divorce out of your vocabulary.
Absolutely.
Don't even think about it.
Not an option.
So if that's not an option, like she's saying, then it should be a long-lasting marriage. One of these that you talk about. Anyway, and now you're young and everything is great and hunky-dory and
Sex is hot.
yeah, and continue sex all throughout the marriage. But one of the things that I will say is the test of time will tell, you know, whether you're going to get along in a longevity standpoint, from a longevity standpoint. So, as a good friend told me once, you're going to be tested in the 4 F's of life. And those 4 F's are flesh, faith, finance, and family. So hopefully you'll make it through all those tests, and like she and I discussed before, don't ever put yourself in a situation where you can be tempted by the flesh, because that will spell disaster, and it will cause big problems in the marriage. So don't even think about it. Continue to go to church. You know, this is a holy matrimony, something she and I probably didn't understand.
Right, for a long time.
Yeah, at the beginning of our marriage, but we do have a better understanding of it now. Not that we can master anything, but you get closer. Okay, you start understanding more. And I guess that's all.
Don't forget the finances part.
Yeah. Okay. One of the notes I made was, you're supposed to live on less than you make.
Yes.
So always, I said 10%, but really it should be 25. If you live on 75% of what you bring home and put that 25% away, it'll come in handy that rainy day. So, you know, I can't tell you how important savings are to a couple, and finance, let's face it, has split up a lot of couples.
Right.
So hopefully that won't happen to you. We love you both. We want you to have a long-lasting marriage, and put God first and the marriage second, and you'll be in good shape.
We love you.
Love you.